Wall Street is bracing for a big drop in stocks this morning because of new economic turmoil in Greece. Markets in Europe and Asia already seeing major losses. Greece is dangerously close to running out of money. All the country's banks are closed, and Greeks are only allowed ATM withdrawals of about $65 a day. Elizabeth Palmer's in London's financial district, where fears of a meltdown are rising. Elizabeth, good morning.
The traders behind me are tracking those losses you mentioned overnight in Asia and today in Europe on the virtual certainty now that Greece will not be able to pay the International Monetary Fund $1.8 billion. It owes that much, and the deadline is tomorrow. That set off waves of nervousness around the world and especially inside Greece itself.
Across Greece, the long lines that had formed at ATMs over the weekend continued well into the night. People were anxious to withdraw at least some of their savings before the system went into meltdown. Greek cabinet ministers left an overnight emergency meeting with angry words from the Deputy Interior Minister George Katrougalos. Our creditors, and he means European banks and politicians, are trying to blackmail us, he said. This morning, Greeks woke to the sight of most of their banks firmly closed for at least a week, though the elderly are getting a special break. This is a lineup at one of the few banks authorized to pay out pensions. But even here, tempers are running high. Vaso is furious. Here we are, she said, forced to wait like beggars to withdraw our own money. Life must go on, but everybody now knows Greece is broke.
The Europeans have offered to bail it out and allow Greece to keep using the European currency, but only if the government cuts spending, including slashing pensions and salaries, and at the same time raises taxes.
Greek politicians, who say those terms will inflict more pain on voters already hurting, have decided to put the whole thing to a referendum next Sunday. Confused? Well, so are the Greeks. Maria Leka, a student, spoke for millions when she described the situation as chaos. We have no idea, she said, what to vote for.
This is brinksmanship of the very highest order, and there is a tiny chance there may still be some sort of diplomatic resolution. The Europeans are saying they're open to Greece coming back to the negotiating table anytime. Charlie?
Thanks, Elizabeth.